Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Noctir, your host. If this is your first time here, please do hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that little bell so that you can get a notification whenever I put up a new video. And for those of you that are returning, hey, thanks for coming back. So we're going to talk a little bit about some base designs today. I know everybody's looking for a decent Builders Hall 8 base, right? I know I was yesterday, and I probably looked at, tried, designed, and fiddled around with, oh my gosh, probably 25, 30 of them at least. So it was definitely a very busy day for Nock yesterday. But what I've got here are five base designs that I have had success with, and I'm passing them on to you. Very first one you see on the screen here, this is an adaptation of a base that I ran at Builder Hall 7 early on. Our forum mod, our very own Smolson, modified it and was good enough to share it. You can see that he's managed to pack in all of the new stuff. Same basic layout, if you will, of the walls and that, of course. No extra walls at Builder Hall 8, so that makes sense. The key thing right now is being able to defend against the air meta, because that is the attack of choice. Ground attacks do okay, typically maybe 50 to 60% 2-stars at best, but the air attack is just overwhelmingly strong with that 6th camp. Many people using 3 dropships and 3 beta minions. It's what I use most of the time. It's my favorite attack, minion drops, and you can see I've been running it off and on here throughout the morning as well. But the base that you got before you here has got a nice strong hub, decent defenses right around the middle, and you've got point defenses at the top and the bottom. Anybody coming in from the sides are going to run into things like a Mega Mine, the hidden Teslas, the Mega Tesla on the left. You've got the Crusher. So I mean, there's plenty of defenses to work through as enemy troops come in. Because it's an open style design base, wall breakers have some value, don't get me wrong, but they have a limited value when it comes to the pathing. If they take out a wall, they're going to take out those outer walls, probably the lower left or lower right. And then in come the troops. They're still going to end up funneling up to those two sides and coming in where the crushes are. So that kind of layout, that kind of funneling when it's put into place works well against those kinds of troops. So take a look at another one. Let's switch over to, we'll just do this one. There we go. This one was taken from one of the top 10s. I think that's You're in Trouble 2 had this one up. And I just put the hidden stuff where I thought it would work best, and so far it's been working pretty good for me. Low 50% 2-stars are the top of the order for this particular base. The thing that's nice about this base, typically you're going to come from the top or the bottom. You're not going to come in from the sides. You can, but you're not likely to get a 2-star coming in from the sides. But if you come from the top or the bottom gives you 20 tons of junk to work your way through just to get to the builder hall to get the 2-star. That is tough to do. So you're probably going to run from the top. But at the top, obviously, you're going to get beaten about the head with the mines, the mega mines, and all of the hidden Teslas. As you would expect, a base like this is designed to control where people are going to come in, to control the pathing of the troops. And if you can control that initial deployment, if you can get people to start somewhere, you got it made. The bottom has plenty of high hit points. Well, let's be honest. Most of the stuff that you're going to run into is down at the bottom. But the sides have the high hit point structures as well, in the form of those 2 elixir storages, and of course your clock tower and your star laboratory. So that's another one of these really tough to beat bases, and I have been running it with some measure of success. And then taking a look at the last one on the Noctir game. We'll jump over some of my other games here in a minute. This is a Pagoda style base. Anybody who knows me knows that the Pagoda style bases are near and dear to my heart. I ran one of these that I created back in Builder Hall 6, I think it was. Got me through a whole bunch before I finally switched over to my Sidewinder Diamond base. And this one is no different. I mean, it's great. It's got a nice strong hub. You've got your air bombs, your multi-mortar, your roaster, your giant cannon, all right there at the bottom. The top has a nice zone for controlling against air. A lot of point defenses are up there. So we shore it up with a couple of mega mines set to air. Take care of the inbound beta minions. Unfortunately, with the drop ships being slower than the beta minions, they tend to not get ahead as quickly as the beta minions do. So as your beta minions advance, they'll advance just a little bit ahead of the dropships, and then the dropships come in and they'll go a little bit ahead of the beta minions, and what ends up happening is things like those mega mines get tripped, or the beta minions take a couple of blows before the dropships get into tank. A base like this is designed to take advantage of that. Coming up from the south, lots of splash damage. You've got your giant cannon down there to help with the battle machine if he comes in that way. Coming in from the sides, you've of course got the overlapping coverage of all of the defenses and those two crushers. Same basic design principles that we've talked about in previous videos, all of them being applied very well to a base here at Builder Hall 8. Taking a look at two of my other games where I'm running different bases. Let's take a look at Kus van Nacht first. This is an adaptation of another Builder Hall 7 base. Same basic design concepts as I mentioned over and over again. You've got the strong hub. Giant cannon is centralized against the bottom, and to give us a little splash damage against air, we have both the roaster and the air bombs right next to each other. Makes it hard to make an air approach on the bottom, because if you do manage to get in and take out the air bombs, well, you're going to be dealing with the roaster. If you do manage to get in and take out the roaster, you're going to be dealing with the air bombs. So there's good solid air coverage down there. And of course, we've got a teensy weensy firecracker and a couple of level 7 archer towers to further give people a little bit of havoc. Coming in from the north, we've got lots of high hit point buildings up there. This will slow down any troop that's coming in, and it puts them within range of different defenses. So for the air, you've got the point defenses of the firecracker and that archer tower. As they get closer in, you have other air defenses that'll hit them, the firecrackers. For the ground, you have the multi-mortar, the double cannon, the regular cannon. All these things are there to slow the troops down, take up time, make a player impatient, and hopefully make a mistake. Coming in from the two sides, which you'll notice there are openings. You've got push traps to send them into the crushers. You've got spring traps to toss them off the board. High hit point structures in the form of the 2 elixir storages that will, again, slow them down while they're getting hit by whatever defenses are currently overlapping in those particular regions. And then they have to run into the crushers and deal with them. So, another well-rounded base designed specifically to slow down troops, to provide high hit point structures for them to beat on while the other defenses are picking them off. And then the last one I've got for you, we'll shoot over to Cyberon. Cyberon is running the Bowtie style base. There it is from Builder Hall 7. Get that centered up. This is another zoned base. You have 2 left and right, the top and the bottom. So it's a 4-zone base. High hit point structures at the top and the bottom to slow down troops. In the middle, we've got the strong hub. Specifically at the top, you've got your 2 point defenses in the form of the Mega Tesla and the Archer Tower. A little bit of splash damage for air as it comes in the form of those air bombs. Air will be slowed down by all the high hit point structures, and of course that mega mine that has been set up there. Even though it's level 1 or 2 mega mine, it's still got enough oomph that it's going to cause some damage to something like, say, a minion. If somebody comes in from the top with ground, there's a whole bunch of stuff for them to beat on for a while, and then they start running into the various defenses. You've got the multi-mortar up there that can hit them. You've got the cannon that can hit them. When they finally do break through, it's going to be just a short time before they're within the range of the crushers. Coming in from the sides mirror each other with archer towers, hidden Teslas, cannons, and of course the crushers. And then coming up from the bottom, you've got all the various ground defenses. As air manages to work its way in, it will be split off, peeled off into various other groups that can be easily taken out by the 4 firecrackers that go right across the middle of the bases. How do they get split off? We'll take a look at all those high hit point structures down at the bottom. You start off with 5 collectors, resource collectors, all of which have 696 hit points if memory serves. And then you've got a couple of lightweights on either side in the form of those 2 army camps. And of course, you've got the 2 elixir storages, which are high hit points. This is going to work to break apart all of your troops so that, well, your opponent's troops, obviously, so that they're not in one big overwhelming clump. Makes it easier to pick them off with point defenses, which of course you see plenty of are there down in the bottom of the base. So that is my quick look, my initial look at Builder Hall 8 bases that we've got. Talked a little bit about some of the design concepts, some of the things that that you can do to deal with some of the troops. Like I said, air is the meta right now, so guys, be sure that you've got those air bombs. Get your mega mines and your regular mines set to air. They'll do a number on the air troops as they come in, especially if you have your base designed to kind of split things off. On that note, I am out of here. Thanks a lot for sticking around to the end of the video. Do hit like if you enjoyed the video, and comments down below. Let me know if you've got any other ideas, things you'd like to see, and so forth. I'll be back in another day or so with yet another video. Take care. Keep on clashing. Bye-bye.